Hello, my name is Renee Guide, and I'm going to do a presentation or explanation of the impact of trauma. For this project or presentation, I'm going to use a client, and for the sake of this presentation, we'll name her Sarah. So, Sarah is a 45-year-old African American female. Sarah is single, um, and she does have a job. She works for a gas company. She has minimal family supports because she is an immigrant. Um, but she has some friends. The issue or the trauma that Sarah dealt with is the death of her mother. Sarah and her mom came to the United States when Sarah was 18, and her mom has been the only support that she's had since migrating to the USA, and they had a very close bond. Sarah lived with her mom until the day her mom died. She's never went out into society as an adult, never dated, never did anything like that. So they were really, really close. And Sarah's mom died from chronic COPD. She was sick, really, really sick before she died, and then she passed away. Directly after Sarah's mom passed away, Sarah blamed that death on spiritual reasons. Like she said things like maybe someone did something to her mom and made her mom get sick. She didn't blame it or didn't come to the realization that her mom was a smoker, and which caused the COPD, which caused issues with her lungs, and which caused her to pass away. Recently, Sarah has been stating that she's been having issues at work, and she has been called in to her superior several times for angry outbursts. Sarah has also stated that she has frequent dreams with her mom in those dreams. She has frequent dreams, and she's also stated having apparently visions of a ghost in her home. Sometimes she thinks it's her mom, sometimes she thinks it's someone else. And another thing is that her relationship with her friends are often strained due to anger issues and anger outbursts. So what I would say to Sarah would go this way. Hi, Sarah. After reviewing all that you told me concerning your anger outburst, your strained relationships, and your relationship with your deceased mother, and how your mom passed and how that's affecting you, it's apparent that you're having a reaction from that trauma of losing your mom. So I'm just going to explain to you what trauma is and how trauma can affect you, and some things that we can do to help you overcome the death of your mom, which in your case is a trauma. Bereavement and death is a traumatic event, and a traumatic event is really just something that shakes you. It could be a negative situation that puts you under distress, mentally, physically. It puts your social interactions under distress, and from what I've heard and what you've told me, the death of your mom was a traumatic event for you, a major traumatic event. Now, we can talk a little bit. I'm going to just tell you a little bit more about how trauma can affect you in each area of your life. So mentally, trauma can lead to depression, anxiety, panic attacks. The dreams that you're having can be a mental effect of the trauma that you've been through. Um, Trauma can actually cause physical effects in your brain, physical changes in your brain. Um, so the trauma or the event that you went through can actually lead to mental health issues. If left, if you don't somehow get assistance or support with coping, or learn coping skills for the trauma that you've been through. Physically, trauma can lead to physical ailments, or physical effects, where you like panic attacks is a physical ailment. You can physically, your health can stress. You can have stress effects. You've told me that you have high blood pressure, which with the stress of the trauma can your blood pressure can be elevated. You can get other physical ailments due to what's going on in your mind concerning the trauma that you've been through, because our mind and body are all connected. Socially, it can affect your social life. Like you said, at work, you've been having some problems with aggression towards your peers. The trauma sometimes comes out in different ways, and some of those ways can be behavioral. You can become more aggressive, you can become depressed, you can become physically, or you can become withdrawn. There's so many things that, because that situation happened to you, your physical body starts, or your mind, or you as a whole starts to react to things differently, or overreact to things differently due to the trauma that happened. It could have happened in the past or even presently, but physically and mentally, your body is reacting to not what's going on now, but to the trauma that happened to you back then. So our lives consist of the things that we go through, and our bodies go through changes to adapt to things that we go through. So this is the way your body is adapting to, or preserving itself due to the trauma that you've been through. This is how your body is, in a way or in a sense, saving you, or combating, or trying to combat what happened to you back then. The death of your mom. This is how your body is dealing with that, coping with that. So a good way would be to see a therapist and learn some coping skills that are more healthy and that would reduce these reactions that you're having, like reduce the dreams, reduce the aggression at work, because if that continues, then you can probably, you never know, you lose your job, and which would be another trauma. So coping skills, learning coping skills to confront that trauma, to grieve, or if you haven't grieved for your mom, to grieve for your mom and move past that trauma. And not forget it, but just move past it. Be able to live on a daily basis knowing that the trauma happened, but it's not affecting your day-to-day life. So that would be the goal, for you to just move past it and be able to live with or knowing that that happened to you, but now you can cope with the effects of that trauma. If you would like, I would really want to set you up with therapy sessions so that you can start that process and confront, how you felt when the situation happened with your mom, and learn those coping skills. So I'm really happy that you decided to meet with me today. I know you've been ambivalent about meeting with anybody to talk about, what happened with your mom. Please let me know if you want to go further with meeting with a therapist, meeting with a psychiatrist to start coming up with a treatment plan on how you're going to get past the trauma that you've been through. Thank you.